Hi guys, it's Tracy, and I have a quick Clique Kit and layout share for you. So this is the April Clique Kit, and this is the stuff that I have left. So I have a few of the little 3x4 cards, which is like perfect because I'll use them for like pocket page scrapbooking. And then I have some of the ephemera left, but I know I could get use out of this. I can put out the ephemera. And I did not use any of my flair because for some reason it didn't go with any of my projects that I made. So that's that. And then I have some of the enamel hearts left, but I'll totally use these. Some of the puffy stickers. I have some of the rub-ons left, the gold rub-ons. Some alphas, which were really hard to work with, but managed it. And here's the paper. So I have some paper left from when I cut out circles and hearts that I ended up not using. A couple of pieces of this. And a couple pieces of vellum. So this is what's left of my April Clique Kit. And now I will show you the layouts that I created with the kit. So first off is this one, which I used a piece of my own cardstock, which is like this craft, but I thought it was fitting because of the sand, and it kind of reminded me of sand. The only thing that did not come from the kit were these 3 hearts, these wood veneer hearts, because I wanted to kind of, do the, going down on a diagonal, and I needed something up in the corner, so I used 3 of my own hearts, and I used a piece of my black cardstock for some of the matting, and I used these little alphas right here are from Webster's pages that did not come in the kit. So I really liked this layout, and one thing that I did that I really loved that I wanted to share with everybody is what I did with the wood veneer. I used my watercolors, and I watercolored some orange to try to tie in with the vellum. I used my Stella gold to add some sparkly gold to the wood. And then I used the rub-ons on the wood veneer. And then I kept some kind of just plain, because like, it just kind of reminded me of beachy and sand. So on my own wood veneers, I did the same thing. I colored one with my watercolor set, the Stella, and then the gold rub-ons. And I also added a gold rub-on right here. It says, "Now this is the life." So this came out very simple. I liked it. Oh, and I did use, I don't know if you can see this really thin washi tape. It's like a gold stripe. That's from my stash also. So that was the first layout. The second layout that I did was this one. And I have to say, this was like my favorite paper from the kit. This one. I don't know why. It just it made me happy when I looked at it. So what I did was I cut a triangle of black cardstock. And then I used my white gel pen. And what I did was I followed, I can't even talk this morning, followed the linings that was on this paper, and I carried it through down on the black to kind of make it blend. And then how this paper had like little hearts and stars, I used from my stash some of my enamel hearts and stars, and I kind of sprinkled it on here to kind of flow. And then that's really about it. Another piece of my black cardstock, and I did that because I wanted to pop out the word together, so I wanted that black behind there. And I just put a puffy sticker that says happy, so happy together is like my title. And then I used the other piece of the wood veneer and this, and put the puffy stickers on top. And then I used my watercolors again, and I watercolored these 2 hearts to like make them pop. So that's that layout. My third layout, I used a sheet of my own white cardstock, and I used some Heidi Swapp Gold Color Shine. And the only other thing that wasn't from the kit, once again, are these tiny little alphas from Webster's pages, because I felt like it went with the kit very well, and that beautiful color, coral color. And so I used a piece of the vellum behind here that has like a little bit of gold in it, and that's another reason why try to tie in with the color shine. And I also took a piece of that vellum and I cut corners to kind of just, once again, kind of going like on this diagonal. And then I did my journaling here. The next one is this one. And I just cut some strips of paper. You're not going to really be able to tell because of lighting, but I used my Wink of Stella pen in clear to add shimmer to each like little design in the polka dots on here. So in person it's kind of like shimmery. I did use my Webster's Pages Tiny Alphas again for the word sisters. And my Wink of Stella pen up here. Let me try to move this back and see if you can see. Can you see the shimmer that it gives? And I did my journaling in the corner. And then I decided, and I used a piece of vellum. And then I decided on the card to do one of my favorite quotes. And the quote says, "Sometimes being a sister is better than being a princess." And this day, my girls got along so well. They were so cute. I just thought it was fitting for that. Now this next layout has a lot of pictures. It has 3 pictures, but I loved this day. This was such a very simple, fun day. We went for ice cream, and here they are, happy eating their ice cream. And then my little daughter looked over at my older daughter, and she's like, you know, she had ice cream on her face, and she's like, "Oh, here, let me get that for you." And she kind of like smashed her face with a napkin as she was wiping it. And it was just, it was, you know, it was an act of endearment, but it was like funny the way she did it because she did it very rough, like, you know, wiping her face. So I wanted to document that. And on this page, I basically just, I used a piece of that love, love, love paper. So my title's kind of like Love Ice Cream. And the word love here, I used my glossy accents. And I used some of this tinsel glitter from Recollections. And I adhered it with my glossy accents. And then when that dried, I did another layer of glossy accents over it. Because it kind of reminded me of like sprinkles, like on ice cream. So that's what that is. And the only other thing I used that was from my stash was these tiny little enamel hearts. And then I cut strips of the paper and wrote my journaling on there. And then just some of the hearts. And then I just outlined it with my black pen. This next layout, I tried to do a little mixed media. And I did some stenciling. And I used this graphite texture paste, which I showed on a video before. It looks kind of like concrete, but when it dries, it looks like sparkly asphalt. It's really cool, like black with all the shimmer. So that's what I did here. And because of the circles, I decided to cut circles out of the paper and punch some hearts. And so I you know, scattered the circles here in 3. So 1, 2, 3, and then this was a circle. Sorry, this was a circle in itself. So I added 2 more to kind of, you know, do that 3 thing. And this was not in a kit, but it's from the same line, Up in the Clouds by Pink Paisley, this little wood veneer. And these little enamel hearts are from my stash. So I just kind of put that on there. Did my journaling here. And I used my Wink of Stella pen in clear, which, you know, these are the Wink of Stella pens. So it's like controlled glitter. So I outlined live and love and, you know, to have a little shimmer. Let me see if I can move the page if you can see that. It's got some shimmer to it. So pretty happy with how that came out. My last layout, I used a piece of my own white cardstock, and I only had scraps of paper left. So I did some strips of the paper here. I used 2 of those cards, those cut like that, those 4, like a 4x4 square. I had like the 4 different cards. So I used 2 of them here. And I cut out like 2 triangles here to like, you know, kind of like balance that out. And then I didn't journal because we were just at the park and it says a day for play, kind of self-explanatory. And I just used some black color shine to like, not to have such white area, just to like kind of go with the black mat that I used. I do like I use a lot of black cardstock just to pop things up. And I don't think there's anything else. I think this was, yeah, nothing else from my stash here. So these were my layouts. I hope you enjoyed them. And I look forward to getting my May Clique Kit. Bye, guys.